Hi there. Thank you for clicking in this video first and foremost. Second of all, let me just throw it out there. Okay, I'm not a YouTuber by any means. It's my first time even dealing with a setup, and so I did my best. Okay, this is what you get, what you see. Anyway, this is not what we're talking about today. Yeah, so what I am talking about today is cannabis induced anxiety. I I'm sorry my mind goes blank because I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm just sitting here talking to you like as if I'm talking to somebody that I know that I'm cool with. Okay, so bear with me, and this is just how I am. I'm a very awkward, nervous person. So anyway, we're not here to talk about that again. So yes, I'm here to talk about cannabis induced anxiety, how I got it, and how I went through it, and yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. Okay, so cannabis, right? I started doing cannabis. I started smoking weed, let's just say this. I started smoking weed when I was like 17 years old, and I used to enjoy it, right? Like, I used to enjoy getting high and smoking. And I remember like I would do it. I remember I would go to work and then I would come home. I would mostly do it during the weekends, mainly during the weekends, sometimes during the weekdays, whatever. But yeah, fast forward to I was like 20 years old, 19, 20 years old, and this was the first time that um I felt like it was no longer I wasn't enjoying anymore. Okay, let's just say that. I started to experience, when I would do it, I would started to experience, I would get scared, like, and, because I don't know, like, it just stopped working, right? And so, um, I didn't listen, right? I was just like, well, hopefully it's just, you know, um, hopefully I will go back to enjoying it like it used to be. Let me tell you, it doesn't. Once marijuana doesn't do any good to your body anymore, that's it. So, but anyway, we'll have to get into that later. So yeah, I continued to do it, and eventually, right, things didn't get better, it got worse, and it left me with depersonalization and derealization, with a little bit of anxiety, like, after I stopped smoking it, right? Because I was like, I'm not no longer enjoying how it makes me feel, and so I stopped because yeah, it left me with DPDR, and that was it. I was like, I promised to myself that I wouldn't anymore smoke weed ever in my life, and yeah, so that was then. Um, Fast forward 9 years later, which was January of this year, um, I went back to it. Nothing like it was just try to. I thought to myself, yes, I remember what it did to me, but I am hoping that that the weed that I smoked back then, it was just probably lace or something or whatever, and I'm hoping that was the case. Oh no. Let's just say, like, after the fifth time of doing it, it gave me anxiety disorder. It gave me generalized anxiety disorder. Well, at first it was cannabis induced disorder. Um, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that was a wild, wild ride. Um, it gave me at the time I did not even know what was happening to me. I didn't know anything about anxiety. I didn't know anything about mental disorders, nothing. So you can only imagine the fear, the panic I was going through, not knowing what is happening. And so let's just say that I got so scared that I ended up voluntarily going into psychiatric hospital because I was so scared out of my mind. I had no idea what was going on. I started experiencing, at the time I did not know, again, I did not know that I was experiencing intrusive thoughts. Oh, intrusive thoughts. I'm pretty sure you know exactly what those little suckers are. But yeah, I experienced my first intrusive thought, and that's when I was like, no, like, what is going on? And I went in immediately and, yeah, voluntarily admitted myself into a psychiatric hospital because I needed to make sure that I was going to be okay. And yeah, um, that happened. And, after I got out of the psychiatric hospital, I ended up getting on medication because I just did not know what that was. I don't even want to get into those facilities because to me personally, they did not help me. I went in there voluntarily because I wanted answers. I had, I didn't know what was going on. I was scared of my mind. I just wanted answers because to me, knowledge is power, you guys, which I will talk about later, which was part of my recovery. But yeah, they didn't really help me. So, of course, I was like, okay, I'm going to take the medication and I'm hoping that, yeah, it makes me feel better. And so, yeah, that's my story pretty much with cannabis and how it messed me up. And I think that I'm glad that it's becoming legalized. This legalized now because more research is starting to come out about the dangers of marijuana because it's like a drug is a drug. It doesn't matter. And I'm all for medicinal purposes being used for all. I'm all for that. If it's like any other prescription drug, right? Is prescribed correctly, but recreational wise, that's where I'm like, yeah, more research needs to be done and talked about, to um, warn others and to educate others about it so that you won't end up going down the road that I went through. Okay. And so, yeah, that's my little story with, with cannabis. I am doing way much better now, which is going to be my next video that I make. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to talk about my recovery from generalized anxiety disorder, along with OCD, intrusive thoughts, all that mess. I'm going to talk about the recovery. So I got you. If you're looking to recover, I feel you. I get you. My heart goes. I sympathize with you. I've been there, done that, and I know what you're going through. So I feel you. So stick around, and I'm going to share with you how I recovered. And yeah, just take care of yourself, guys. Do your research. And any questions that you guys might have, please feel free to ask me in the comments section, and I'll do my best to reply to whatever questions you might have so far. But yeah, stick around for my next video on how I recover from anxiety. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video, for stopping by, for your time. Be blessed and take care of yourself. Okay, because life is meant to be lived. Okay, so I'll see you guys then.